What's up, all you powerlifters and bodybuilders? Mark Plummer here, coming at you with another video.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today, we actually don't have a vlog. Not doing any cool shit right now. Today, we're gonna get right into the topic. We're going balls deep in how to maintain size post-cycle. And now, I'm not going to be touching on SARMs, I'm not going to be touching about PCT, and I'm not going to be touching on really anything drug related. This is 100% things that you can do that don't involve drugs. So God forbid that you're natural watching my videos, you could do these as well to increase your physique. So let's get into it. As you can see, I'm 100% natty right now. It's not really much to it. This is basically my fully natural physique. I got blood work done last week. It comes in on an app called Dynacare for us in Canada. I pay for the app and everything is 100% good. Liver enzymes good. Cholesterol good. ALT, AST, free testosterone. My total testosterone is slightly on the lower side, guys. Gonna be honest here. But it's still in that natural range. And that's all I care about. And that's why I do not blast and cruise. And I do want to make a video on that because so many people are like, yo, you need to blast and cruise. Like why do I need to blast and cruise? I'm one of the best powerlifters in the entire world. I'm only 22 years old and I can still produce natural testosterone. So why would I ruin my whole life with blasting and cruising? There's probably 60% of people out there that are blasting and cruising that don't need to blast and cruise. But we'll get into that on another video. So I'm gonna dive into my 3 biggest tips for maintaining the size that you just gained on your last cycle. Now this is gonna be more specific to people doing off-season cycles or just not competition cycles, because if you did a full competition and this is your post-cycle kind of rebound phase, this is going to be completely inaccurate and will not work the same. So this is going to be more towards you did your first cycle, you put on 15 to 20 pounds of muscle, you look really good. How do you maintain that 15 to 20 pounds? Because you see so many people in the gym, they're huge, they're ripped, they're massive, and then they come off cycle and 4 weeks later, it literally looks like they didn't even work out. Like they've never worked out in their entire life. And you're like, wow. So I do want to put a disclaimer out there because this is a lot of genetics. No, I'm not here to sell you some copy-paste workout plan or some bullshit coaching saying that if you buy my plan, www.noblebodies.com, or hire me as a coach, that I can guarantee that you won't lose anything. I'm not like that. I preach being real and honest. Some people just have horrible genetics, and you're gonna have to work twice as hard to keep those gains as anyone else. And that's more when in SARMs and a very good PCT will come into play. But I'm gonna make another video on what I think a post-cycle therapy SARMs cycle should look like. Because I do think that running SARMs in the off season at a very low dose is very beneficial to keeping almost all your muscle gain and not putting your body under too much stress. Personally, I don't right now because my main goal right now is fixing my skin. Yeah, that is my 100% number one goal. And even though the effects that SARMs have on your hormones, there's not crazy amounts of fluctuation, I don't want to take that risk right now. I'm spending the next 4 months to get my skin perfect. Tip number 1 is going to be diet and supplementation. Supplementation is important year round, but if you're on anabolic steroids, supplements are not really doing that much. I mean, they're an amazing tool to have. They're supplementing your diet. They're giving you things that you are deficient in. But if you are running anabolic steroids, you most likely aren't going to notice a difference of your energy levels if you're not taking a high quality greens and a multivitamin or like a high B complex. You see what I'm saying here? Are you picking up what I'm laying down? So supplementation is probably the number one thing. You need to make sure that you're taking a good greens product. Your body is so acidic when it's done cycle that a high quality greens will balance out the pH level so it's not too acidic and it's not too alkaline. You need to be sitting right in the middle there. And everything you eat, meat is acidic. Coffee and caffeine, acidic. Steroids, acidic. So taking this greens will not only boost your natural energy, but it will actually help you gain muscle. Yes, your green supplement will put your body in a better state for gaining muscle. So that's probably the biggest thing. A good multivitamin. But let's get out of the health side of things. You need to make sure that everything is 100%. I mean, when I come off cycle, I'm taking a digestive enzyme with every meal so I can optimize my digestion and make sure I'm getting as much nutrients out of the food as possible. I'm taking a complex B vitamin. Complex B vitamins create more red blood cells to give you more oxygen to the muscles as well as natural energy. I take a probiotic every morning and every night. Your gut is the key to everything. It's the key to how big you're gonna get. It's the key to how smart you're gonna be. Like, have you guys seen the study of gut health with brain health? It's amazing. It's literally, it will blow your mind. So a probiotic every morning, every night. Get that gut health to 100%. And then the optionals. So when you're done your cycle, I would say when you're back to producing your natural testosterone levels, you could take a testosterone booster if your testosterone levels are slightly below average. Taking a testosterone booster right when you come off cycle will do absolutely nothing for you. I cannot stress this enough. Nothing. Zip. Anything. You are basically throwing $100 out the window for a bullshit testosterone booster. It's fucking science. Now, tip number 2 is basically staying lean and making sure that your diet is on point. Now, when you come off cycle, a lot of people will just eat like shit. That's a great way to not maintain your goals whatsoever. I've done it both ways where I've come off and I've eaten like complete shit, and 4 months post-cycle, this is what I looked like. And now, right now, this was exactly what I looked like on cycle. And then this is what I looked like. I think this was 2 months. Yeah, this was 2 months post-cycle. And then just to show you guys, so many people Photoshop shit. It's amazing lighting. We get it. I'm going to show you a video that I posted to Instagram last week. This is 3 months fully clean, fully natty, and this is what I looked like. I've been averaging about 45 minutes of cardio a day, and I've been keeping my calories anywhere from about 2,000 to 2,500. Protein, 225 grams a day minimum. Is that probably too much protein? Absolutely. But I would rather have too much protein and make sure that my muscles have enough fuel than not have enough protein and lose muscle mass when I come off cycle. So make sure you keep that protein high, but make sure you don't just eat everything in sight, because the fatter you get, the lower your insulin sensitivity will be. You need to stay in that like 8 to 15% range, ideally 10 to 12, and stay in that striking zone. That's going to make your insulin sensitivity the highest, it's going to help your digestion the most, and it's going to make sure that you maintain what you've just gained. Now, the final tip, and probably the most important, is your training. So many people think that you get off cycle, and you need to train twice as hard to make up for not being on drugs. I don't know where the fuck this came from, but let's put this into easier perspectives here. So, you're on steroids, you're performing like a superhuman, you're ridiculously strong, you're fast, you're horny, and you're recovering like goddamn Hulk. And then you come off steroids, and you're not recovering like Hulk. You're more like Bruce Banner. You're super tired, and then you're gonna try to kill yourself in the gym? Like, I am not a believer in overtraining unless this is the case. This is probably the only time that you can overtrain. Training 3 times a week post-cycle is where you want to go. You don't need to train twice a day post-cycle. You're just going to put your body under so much stress and you're not going to grow. Your muscles just aren't going to recover. You know, you rip your muscle tissues down and then they recover. But if you're just tearing muscles and never giving your body a chance to recover, not only are you going to lose your gains, you're definitely not going to make any. And that's probably the people's biggest downfall when they come off cycle, is that they never let their muscles recover. They just keep beating them down. And then they're like, yo, I don't have that full look anymore. Well, obviously you don't have that full look anymore because you just beat your muscles down for the last 3 weeks and you barely were producing any testosterone. See what I mean? So, yeah. It's a really short video today, but I just felt like I needed to touch on this because so many people were like, they don't believe that I'm fully off everything. And I know, like, you can believe what you want, but I've always fucking promised you guys to keep this 100%. And I don't want some dumbass 16-year-old kid listening to some bullshit YouTuber thinking that he's 16 years old, he does a cycle, and then he stays on testosterone for the rest of his life because he doesn't want to lose his gains. That's simply not the case if you're smart and educated and have an end goal in mind. Now, like I said, this is genetic. And like I said, there is a time to blast and cruise. But 60% of you, I'm just rough estimate, that are blasting and cruising do not need to. If you took a smart approach to a post-cycle therapy, and then you did the proper steps on making sure that you maintain or try to maintain most of your gains, the next cycle you do, you will get 10 times better results. I will promise you that. So that's really it, guys. Like, I just need you guys to take your post-cycle therapy a lot more serious and a lot more practical, and I hope this helps because I've seen so many videos on, well, yeah, just take HCG, Clomid, and Novadex. Like, obviously I have my post-cycle therapy, but nobody ever goes into what to do after that. It's always like, okay, you're on your own. So I hope that these tips can really open up your eyes, and I hope they just make sense on how to maintain the most out of your post-cycle therapy. Because if you do these properly, you won't be like stressed to go back on. You won't really have that addiction. Like right now, I feel better than I've ever felt. My skin is getting more rejuvenated. My body feels like ridiculously less toxic. My digestion is 100% right now. I've always promised to keep shit real with you. Since my YouTube has blown up, I've had a lot of people reach out and say, can you push this product? Can you do this? And you probably realize the videos that I do get no sponsors. I would say the last 5 videos I made, 3 of them got demonetized. But I honestly don't fucking care. I'm gonna say the truth, and I'm not gonna let anyone tell me what to say. Yeah, like, I probably know that I'm setting myself up right now to not get another sponsor ever again because they don't like the topics of my video. But I would much rather be known for somebody that's real and authentic and doesn't spew this bullshit than saying buy these supplements to maintain. Like, supplements are to supplement your diet. Can you do it without it? Absolutely. Do they help a fuck ton? Absolutely. But I don't want to be forced to say anything, and I can promise you guys that I'm always going to stay authentic. Like, I've been trying to prove myself for so long, and just recently I've realized that the only person that I need to prove something to, like, is myself. And it's just like, being myself is actually proving to myself that I can be happy no matter what anyone thinks. I mean, I love making these videos. I love making these vlogs. And it just, when I look back and I can see all the things that I did and that I was going through, and hopefully I can help you guys to see the same, like, it's just a dream come true to me. So if the right sponsor comes along that, like, agrees with my values, then 100% I would love to make this a full-time career and not have to go to a job. I would much rather go to a job 40 hours a week and be able to spit truth on YouTube and hopefully help out the younger generations than be a sellout and be like everyone else in the industry. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you again for 20K. I'll see you guys next week.